Welcome back to the show, everybody. The one and only James Rule XRP for a Sunday evening video. I tell you what, I went out to a country bar last night and I met up with some friends. There was a concert. I tell you what, I two-stepped, I polka'd, I jitterbugged. We had a good time. My calves are tight, my legs are tight. You know, you could tell how out of shape you are after you've been dancing for several hours at a country club or a club in general. But I had a really good time, and I want to say hats off to all my friends that showed up. We had a good time. We danced and we cut up. We had a few beers, and yes, I slept in a little bit this morning. That's why it's a late video today. But I've rounded up some incredible crypto news for you. I tell you what, we're going to get into it. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to make it one and done, baby. So it's crazy. March the 7th of this year, I said I might be retiring soon. And on May the 27th, which was a Tuesday this year, I retired. And the reason I retired is because I made a financial decision that others weren't willing to do years ago. And I was watching a video this morning. Scott Melker interviewed Rick Edelman. Here's the full video here. I'll leave a copy below. Bitcoin and crypto should be 40% of your portfolio. Wall Street legend Rick Edelman. And in this clip here, they talk about how trillions of dollars are coming to 401k plans in the United States. You know, you currently have had the option to roll over old 401ks and IRAs into iTrustCapital before they go mainstream. Check out this little clip here. I'm going to hit.
There's one other thing that's going on that is not yet getting a lot of attention, and that's what's happening at the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor made it really clear under Joe Biden that they would not allow 401k plans to offer Bitcoin as an investment option. Fidelity tried to introduce it, as you know, and they got shut down pretty quick. The Trump administration has already had DOL rescind that rule, and now taking it a step further, actually proactively permitting Bitcoin and crypto into 401k plans. Plan sponsors, meaning employers, haven't yet adopted this, but they will be doing so over the next 12 to 18 months. And that is going to unleash tens of millions of workers who have most, and in many cases, all of their investments in their 401k at work, suddenly having access to Bitcoin with that money. This is going to be one of the most profound shifts of asset flows, and it's not going to stop because you get more money to invest with every paycheck every 2 weeks or every month. This is going to be exciting.
And you fix it and forget it. People don't pay attention to what their 401k is investing in, except for when either themselves or their employers.
That is absolutely correct. You have a 401k today. You invest in it. You don't look at it. You work for a company for 10 or 20 years or whatever. And you know, it says, okay, you're in the 2030 retirement plan. You're in the 2040, 2050 retirement plan. And you can read the perspectives and learn all the details of, you know, where it's going and how, if you're making your 2% or 4% or maybe 0% one year. Well, let me tell you something I did 5 years ago. In May of 2020, I made a financial decision, and everybody thought I was crazy. The family thought I was crazy. My friends thought I was crazy. All the above. I took all of my older 401ks from previous employers. I rolled it into iTrustCapital as a crypto and precious metal IRA. I did this, and what has happened in the last 5 years is unbelievable, people. And what's going to happen in the next 5 years is going to be unbelievable because my account is up 1,600% in 5 years. 401ks would never do that for me. 401ks would never do that for me. There is a free link to sign up below. There's no monthly fees. There's only a transaction fee whenever you buy crypto and sell crypto. It's only 1%. And there's no charge for rolling over an existing 401k or an IRA to iTrustCapital. Click on the link below, sign up for free, and tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Okay. It is 8:40 p.m. here in Texas on Sunday evening. Total crypto market cap is $4.010 trillion. Bitcoin is $119,000. Ethereum is $38.51. XRP has recovered to $3.23. And today in this video, this evening, I want to focus on the XRP ledger. Many of you out there are like, James, you always talk about XRP. You always talk about the XRP ledger. What is it? Well, you are going to learn what it is today. This webpage here is XRPL, which means the XRPledger.org. It is the blockchain built for business. And as you scroll through this page, you can learn why the network was created, why the ecosystem was created, how the token XRP runs on top of the ecosystem. And I even dug in a little bit further for you. This is GitHub. This is where all the developments of programs, all the above, where you put all the nuts and bolts together with all these ecosystems. Well, this is XRPLF/Rippled. And if we scroll down here, you are going to see the XRP ledger, XRP, Rippled, and key features of the XRP ledger. And I'm going to break it down for you because many of you out there are like, what's so big about XRP? 5 years ago, my buddies were saying, man, don't stop shilling me that 5 for $1 crap called XRP token coin, whatever it is. I'm not interested in it. Well, once you learn the fundamentals of why these blockchain ecosystems were created, it is going to give you the opportunity to maybe hold on a little bit longer because you finally had that aha moment like I did 5 years ago when nobody else listened to me. Because I told them so, and I'm still telling them so today. The XRP ledger is a decentralized cryptographic ledger powered by a network of peer-to-peer nodes. The XRP ledger uses a novel Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus algorithm to settle and record transactions in a secure distributed database without a central operator. And that was a lot of crazy words in that sentence. XRP is a public, counterparty-free asset native to the XRP ledger and is designed to bridge the many different currencies in use worldwide. XRP is traded on the open market and is available for anyone to access. The XRP ledger was created in 2012 with a finite supply of 100 billion units of XRP, and that's all that will ever be made. And as a matter of fact, since then, every time a transaction is made on the XRP ledger, a tiny fragment of XRP is burnt forever. So there is no longer 1 billion units of XRP. Rippled, the server software that powers the XRP ledger, is called Rippled. And this is what we're looking at right now on GitHub. And is available in this repository under the permissive ISC open source license. The Rippled server software is written primarily in C++ and runs on a variety of platforms. The Rippled server software can run in several modes depending on configuration. And if you are interested in running an API server, including a full history server, take a look at Clio. CLIO. I'll leave a link to this below so you can click on all these different multi-links and sites. So let's look at the key features of the XRP ledger. And just give me a minute. Grab you a coffee, grab you a beer, drink, water, tea, whatever. Have a drink. Listen up and get educated. Censorship-resistant transaction processing. No single party decides which transactions succeed or fail, and no one can roll back a transaction after it completes. As long as those who choose to participate in the network keep it healthy, they can settle transactions in seconds. And as I always tell you, XRP transactions are irreversible. So if you send XRP to an unknown wallet, if you put the wrong wallet information in whenever you paste the wallet address, there's no way to get it back, people. Fast, efficient consensus algorithm. The XRP ledger's consensus algorithm settles transactions in 4 to 5 seconds, processing at a throughput of up to 1,500 transactions per second. These properties put XRP at least an order of magnitude ahead of other top digital assets, including Bitcoin. Finite XRP supply. When the XRP ledger began, 100 billion XRP were created, and no more XRP will ever be created. The available supply of XRP decreases slowly over time as small amounts are destroyed to pay transaction costs, people. So there is no XRP mining. You're going to see scam ads saying you can mine XRP, you can make more. That'll never happen, people. It's scams. Remember that. Responsible software governance. A team of full-time world-class developers at Ripple maintain and continually improve the XRP ledger's underlying software with contributions from the open source community. Ripple acts as a steward for the technology and an advocate of its interests and builds constructive relationships with governments and financial institutions worldwide. Secure adaptive cryptography. The XRP ledger relies on industry-standard digital signature systems like ECDSA, the same scheme used by Bitcoin, but also supports modern efficient algorithms like ED25519. The extensive nature of the XRP ledger software makes it possible to add and disable algorithms as the state of the art in cryptography advances. Modern features for smart contracts. Features like escrow checks and payment channels support cutting-edge financial applications, including the Interledger protocol. This toolbox of advanced features comes with safety features like a process for amending the network and separate checks against invariant constraints. Own ledger decentralized exchange. In addition to all of the features that make XRP useful on its own, the XRP ledger also has a fully functioning accounting system for tracking and trading obligations denominated in any way users want, and an exchange built into the protocol. The XRP ledger can settle long cross-currency payment paths in exchange of multiple currencies and atomic transactions, bridging gaps of trust with XRP. So, ladies and gentlemen, XRP was created to be a better Bitcoin. It was created to be the most efficient form of sending payments in seconds today, just like you can send an email in seconds, which is the Internet of Information. XRP, the XRP ledger, is considered the Internet of Value. And that was my ice machine that dropped some ice back there if you heard it. Learn, people. Learn and earn and hold and know exactly what you hold. ZAO. I made a video talking about ZAO here a couple weeks ago. I went into detail. And right here, Santiago Velez explains why XRP is at the center of the ZAO in 59 seconds. Have a listen.
Well, for governance, first of all, we wanted to make sure that XRP is the center of the ZAO, that we didn't create some other governance token that through, a whale could come along and buy a large fraction of tokens in circulation and then kind of take over. We've learned that lesson from other DAOs, and that ultimately ends up being ineffective, and you don't represent the community. Your vote is not diluted by, the billions of XRP that exist out there. It's only in proportion to the other members of the DAO. If there are very, very large whales, and we welcome everybody, so it's not that we're against whales, but we do want to give everybody a voice, there's a cap. And so you don't have to worry about, like Ripple, for example, having a huge amount of DAO votes just by virtue of having a lot of XRP.
So hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, I'll have an opportunity to sit down with the co-founders of ZAO, get the nuts and bolts, possibly interview them, possibly be, I've already signed up to be a part of this organization, and you can follow them on X at ZAO, which is XAODAO LLC. Check it out, people. Here's some really good news. Check it out. Wellgistics files S1 to integrate the XRP ledger for real-time business-to-business payments and treasury operations. Wellgistics has just filed an S1 with the SEC to IPO to become a publicly traded company, and they are integrating the XRP ledger, XRP for payments and treasury operations. And in this article, it mentioned that Bill Morgan, who's a lawyer in this community, gathered all this information and pretty much broke it all down for us. It says, well, I have gathered from reading the S1 form filled with the SEC today by Wellgistics Health, and it's incredibly revealing. It is more than just a company using XRP in its treasury reserve. Listen up, people. This is huge. This is XRP. This is what we just talked about. Wellgistics Health is not only planning to hold XRP as a treasury reserve, it plans to implement a payment solution leveraging the XRP ledger to facilitate low-cost real-time payments between WH, its pharmacy customers, and its manufacturer and vendor partners. This is real business utility for the XRP ledger. Wellgistics also intends to issue equity or debt securities or other capital raisings to use the proceedings to purchase more XRP. Why aren't you backing up the truck right now, people? Wellgistics also intends to use its XRP holdings as collateral for capital raising transactions. There's also a reference that this company will be using its XRP holdings to create income streams. And in short, using XRP as a reserve asset to earn income, to use it as collateral and use it for payments all in one. XRP will be working hard with Wellgistics Health. But they say XRP has no utility. There's XRP, or there's Bitcoin maxis out there making comments that nobody uses XRP. It's not used for anything. Bullshit. I was getting paid in XRP a few years ago. I used an XRP enabled debit card to buy things, to buy fuel, to buy food, to pay bills, to pay YouTubers chats. You know, I was leaving tips on YouTube with XRP. So XRP has utility. It is the most efficient cryptocurrency in the world, and the underlying XRP ledger is the most efficient blockchain ecosystem in the world that the banks cannot wait to get a hold of to save on transaction fees like Swift and all that. And I keep preaching and I keep preaching and I keep preaching, and people are finally starting to wake up and smell the roses. People are starting to make money. This is the SEC filing. And in this filing, it says, we intend to integrate blockchain payment solutions into our platform to accept payments in XRP. Our management expects that this capability will expand customer payment options while enabling us to hold and transact in these assets directly, people. Do you see where this is going? This is the S1 filed on July 24th, 2025 with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And it goes through here and it talks about the stock price, when they're going to initiate the stock price. And then they're going to talk about XRP right in this section right here, recent developments. I mean, people, I'm going to leave a copy to everything below. Do you see how right now you and me and the rest of the world have the opportunity to buy XRP on an exchange, on a Coinbase, on an Uphold, on a Binance, on a Kraken, on a Crypto.com, or wherever you're at around the world? Even in your retirement plan with iTrustCapital, you can buy XRP right now in your retirement plan right now. What are you waiting for? Not a financial advisor, people. Okay, so I check my emails all the time, and I even go through and I snicker when I go through and look at my spam email, because it's freaking ridiculous. Right here, this individual here, or whoever this individual emailed me, it says, your balance is 1.34 Bitcoin. Cloud mining. Welcome back. It's been 364 days, blah, blah, blah. You were inactive. It says 1.34 Bitcoin is equivalent to $890,000. Really? When did Bitcoin go up from 119,000 to roughly 700,000 or 800,000 a Bitcoin? People are idiots, and you have to be careful. If you get an email from Coinbase or ELLIPAL or Ledger or your bank or Amazon or whoever, or Social Security, blah, 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 you need to do this, you need to do this. Don't do it, people. They're trying to entice you to do something bad. So yesterday, there was a fake Watcher Guru account called Watcher Buru, And they actually stirred the pot in the community because all of us do not like Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler crapped on Ripple. Gary Gensler crapped on the XRP community. Gary Gensler crapped on crypto, was in bed with Elizabeth Warren, blah, 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 blah. Well, look what Watcher Buru put out yesterday. Former SEC Chair Gary Gensler to join BlackRock as Chief Crypto Advisor. And people saw this and the shit hit the fan. Because, after Ripple was sued, I'm going to make it short and sweet. William Hinman, Jay Clayton, the individuals that sued Ripple from the SEC, went to work for crypto companies that were big on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this fake news coming out yesterday really pissed some people off. Now, I'm really excited about this one. Check it out. So I follow Joey Swoll, and many of you out there know who he is. He has a TikTok. He talks about idiots that are in gyms taking pictures of other people in video and just making comments, and he gets it all straight. Joey follows me. I follow him. We send messages to each other on X. And check this out. He gave me his number to stay in contact. He said, "Text me, brother. You're more important than a DM on X." And I respect him for giving me his number. I'll never share it with the public. It's just between he and I. But I'm honored to be able to text Joey Swoll. He could text me at any time, ask me about crypto. I can ask him about nutrition and working out and whatever. And we got each other's number, baby. And you're not going to get my number either, people, public people. And look at this. Uncle Ron, I just started following him. He did this. He said, look, Gym Positivity Nation. Joey Swoll, and he's got James Rule XRP with some beefed up arms. Man, only if I look like that, but I love it, man. The community comes together. We have a good time. And yes, I've been working out. I'm nowhere near this point, but who knows, here in the next couple of years, if I play my cards right, maybe I could beef up pretty good. Look jacked like Joey Swoll. Okay, so finally, I found this video and I laughed real hard. And this guy here, he's doing some jumps and kicks and spins and blah, blah, blah. I said, look, when XRP hits $10, this is what everybody's going to be doing right here. Watch this. Suppose this is Butterbean Jr. on TikTok. Look at this guy. Come on, spin. Come on, spin. Get that tornado going. Oh my goodness. XRP hits $10. I'm going to be jumping like that. I'll probably pull something just about like I did when I was country dancing last night. But it is so exciting just to be a part of this community. We're looking at a $3.20 XRP. There's a lot of rumors going out there that a lot of amazing things are going to be happening this week in the world of crypto. We're just going to have to wait and find out because there's a lot of FUD out there. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's a lot of people that are creating news articles, mainstream, that are not factual. And you just have to do your research. Just like I just showed you, the XRP ledger, XRP, what it is, what it's used for, how it's used. Now you know. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. I want to thank all the new subscribers out there to the James Rule Crypto Show. I've been handing out my business cards here locally. And if you're watching my video because you got it off my business card, welcome to the party, people. Welcome to the party. Put on your seatbelts, put on your moon boots, because we got a long way to go. My name is James Rule XRP. Have a great evening. Tomorrow's Monday. Let's make it a great week. And don't forget, I told you so.